Welcome back to Real Life Reviews, and this video is part of our Living with Humango series, and it's Living with Humango 1 month in. Although confession, it's actually 3 weeks in, but I'm just about to fly abroad, go to Egypt for the best part of 3 weeks, and it's going to hit a bit of hiatus, and I'm just going to be training out there what I can do when I can do it in the sun and with what's available. So 1 month in, 3 weeks in, and how have we found things? So I've got a few answers from the last video, I've got a few more tiny gripes, and I've got a question to answer from a viewer. So without much further ado, let's hit the laptop and just go through 1 or 2 things. So the first thing then, I mentioned last time these symbols where the cursor is, and I pretty much got it right. That is, to my mind, it's a chain link, but that means that is a linked workout. So all these workouts with the link on them are workouts that Humango set. I've done something, so I've done that swim set, recorded it on my Garmin, and that is a linked workout. As opposed to this bike ride here, 3 hours 10 minutes, that wasn't a linked workout. That was a club ride, and so that has a line through the link to say that it's an unlinked workout. It's a workout I've done, but it's not linked to Humango. So there we are, there's the first symbol explained. With regards to frustrations, just 2 tiny ones this week. The first one is the web help. Now, I say web help, YouTube. So Humango have put up a number of videos on YouTube showing you how to do things in Humango, and basically they're very, very good, and they've got a number of their coaches presenting them. My only slight criticism is, and quite rightly so, Humango's undergone changes. It's been updated, and the format, the interaction, the screen that you look at is clearly different now to what it was a number of months, years ago when these videos were taken. So it doesn't take much, just update them. And then actually when you're going to a menu, the words say what you see and not what you would have seen 8 months ago. I hope that makes sense. My other tiny gripe, and this could well be user error on my part, is to do with drills in a swimming workout using your Garmin. So I said in the previous video I needed more practice basically using Garmin on swim workout as opposed to just using it to record my swim workout, just using it on a transferred workout. I basically got that right, and then I had a set that was actually a genuine drill as opposed to, well, yes, lots of drills. But what do I mean? It wasn't recognisable as a stroke, so it was a kick involved. Let's just say fin kicks with a kickboard. I followed the program, did it perfectly, stopped the watch as the program would say, but when it came to the final analysis, that drill didn't appear. So I was 100 meters short in my full swim set and therefore not fully compliant. So might be user error, or it might be something to do with the link across between a swimming workout and the Garmin watch and following it and recording and following a drill. Now I do know, because I do it all the time, if I'm recording sets that I'm doing, then, and I've got a drill that won't be recognised as a stroke, then I move it onto drill on my Garmin watch, record it, set the distance at the end, and then move on. Maybe. More on that, I hope, to come. Now my next little gripe, and this is partly because I'm massively into getting things right, and on the screen at the moment, if you follow my cursor, I'm on 93% compliance, and I'm kind of happy to live with that on the grounds that I'm doing some extra bits. I've got my swim squads on a Monday, I've got club ride on a Sunday, And I'm happy for Humango to be telling me that I'm not quite 100% compliant because I'm doing extra work. That's fine. Where I have a little bit of problem is with where my cursor is now. So on Saturday, I did a bike workout on the turbo, 3 by strength intervals. And Hugo has given me 3 out of 5 stars. And if I click on Hugo's feedback, okay, well done, another session in the books. When possible, try to stay within the recommended zones and don't go too easy. Well, I stayed absolutely within the zones. Strava gave me 5, I'm looking at 5 stars here, for the full yellow stars for the whole workout. So now, all I can imagine, and I'm clicking on the workout now to come down and show you a bit. All I can imagine is that if I come to the heart rate zones, because this was a power workout or strength workout, it was about cadence and holding a cadence of 57 at a certain power. Now, clearly here, we can see that my heart rate zones were not, excuse me, perfect. So zone 1 was fine. I was expected to spend 32 minutes in zone 1, and I did spend 32 minutes. I was 10 seconds off. Zone 2 though, I then jumped into for the next bit for the effort. But Humango's expecting me to basically miss zone 2. My target was a minute in zone 2 as I flew through there. Instead, I spent 43 minutes and jump up into zone 3, where I was meant to spend 45.5 minutes. Well, I didn't. I stayed in zone 2 because that's me, that's where I am at the moment. And yeah, it didn't make me go into those zones. There's also a couple of bits here for some high effort that were expected to get me into zone 4 and 5C for 10 seconds. Now that 10 seconds, I'm presuming, is 2 5-second high power efforts, but we all know on Zwift that it takes time to get up into that power. Everything's got to adjust. All you can do for 5 seconds is bang as hard as you can, and in 5 seconds get up to maybe 650, 700 watts, and then you have to stop and get back down to the previous ones. So my only thought is that these heart rate zones have caused me to not get my 5 out of 5 stars on that workout, just 3 stars. So slightly disappointing, not sure. I'm gonna have to look at that a little bit more over time. Now we come to a question from Lyubimir Lyubinov. Now, I hope I've pronounced that reasonably okay, if that is in fact your name and not just the title. But as you can see, Lyubimir wishes me to, well, he's asking the question, have I actually found Humango effective? Do I have any data to back it up? Well, that's really difficult, I'm going to start with, because I'm only 3 weeks in. It's possible that if I had been doing something like an FTP builder, a 6-week builder in Zwift, running a program there, I could do an FTP test. I could have done the 6-week builder, do another FTP test, and I can see the improvement. I don't genuinely think I've been doing this long enough for the data to be that effective at the moment, but that's also allied to the fact that my goals are long term. So my first actual goal, and I'm just going to try and switch onto the programming at the moment, or onto the computer. My first actual goal is Ironman Hamburg, and as of today, that's still 251 days away. What that means is that a lot of my work at the moment is very low zone work. I'm not doing lots of tempo and threshold. I'm doing lots of zone 2 running, zone 1 work, zone 2, in pretty much every activity. In fact, the only activities that come out of it, there's maybe 5% of the Humango activities, and my swim squads are clearly not at that level. They're well into threshold. So it's really quite difficult. But what I can point to, and on screen now, I've got my trends page. And if I come to the threshold graph, and we're now down in the lap of the gods as to how quickly this will load itself up. And in particular, if I look at running, and let's just scroll that up a bit more, what I've got here, and I'm really only concerned from about, well, from where my cursor is now, because I started this, or even there, I started this at the very beginning of September, September the 3rd. And what we're looking at here is a threshold pace which Humango has worked out for me to be 5:57. Now obviously there's the Humango algorithm, and we could be cynical and we could look at conspiracy theories, but I don't subscribe to that. I don't think this is being fiddled to make it look good from Humango's point of view, so that I go, wow, this is really working. So what I'm looking at is a continued threshold pace on the yellow, and then on the purple above I've got power. Now I wear a Stride or Strid foot pod, so I've got pretty accurate power data coming in, and have had pretty accurate power data coming in. What's happened behind here I'm not concerned about. That's stuff that just old data and not on the training program. So what I see of this is that whilst my threshold pace has stayed the same, the power required to be and have that threshold pace has gone down. So right at the beginning I'm looking at 288, 289, 285 watts, 285 watts with a threshold pace of 5:57. Here I am 3 weeks later and I'm looking at 249, 249, 253. Lower power to achieve the same threshold. So if you want some initial data, that's probably as close as I can get for you. I will keep monitoring data. I will do FTP tests over the course of time, because I am going to take this up, so that might answer another question from some of you. I'm going to take this up and I'm going to keep monitoring it. Will I keep adding extras? Yeah, of course I will, because I just enjoy my exercise. Sorry I can't immediately say yes this works, no it doesn't. I mean, yes, for me it's working. As much as anything, it's giving me a program, it's written down, albeit on a screen, and enabling me to see data and to look and say, I need to do that. That's today, that's tomorrow, that's in a week's time. I moved an exercise the other day just so I could fit something else in, and I can do that here. It's working from the point of view that for 3 weeks, I have stuck to a training program, rather than fiddling with my own stuff. So there you have it, Humango. Am I still loving it? Yes, I am. I've just said to you, I'm going to be signing up for the full works, and hopefully that will take me through my next season. My next season, Ironman Hamburg, 2nd of June. Next A race, I think it's the 14th of September, but Challenge Almere. They're my 2 full distance either end of the season. Pretty much in the middle of that, I've got the Outlaw Holcombe half as a sort of nice little dip, keep things going. And then what I will do is I'll put some other things, be it a cycle sportif, some shorter tries, some other events, purely for fun and to break that season up a bit. But I'll keep letting you know how things are going. I hope you've enjoyed that video. If you have, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. If you haven't yet subscribed, well, please click on the little round picture down there. In the top 2 corners, I've got the previous 2 Humango videos, and down there I've just got a little video on the KOO TF1 triathlon bike. Thanks for watching.